I don't know if you're old enough to remember, but in 1983, American President Ronald Reagan called the Soviet Union an evil empire.
To ignore the facts of history and the aggressive impulses of an evil empire, to simply call the arms race a giant misunderstanding.
As for me, I was living in the Soviet Union, I was in high school, and it's not like I was paying attention to the speeches by American president. I was barely paying attention to speeches by my own president. But then something really interesting happened. We had an all-hands meeting for all the students, and some party leader came and he gave a talk on some usual topic about wonderful communist ideals and radiant future, the normal stuff. He was a good speaker, but of course I was completely ignoring all of this because all those speeches were the same, and I was sitting there probably daydreaming about girls. This is before I met my wife, honorable woman, of course. At any rate, at some point the speaker said that the American president called us an evil empire, imperia zla. And that caught my ear, and I started listening because I grew up eating up all the propaganda, thinking that we were the good guys. We were the ones fighting for the oppressed, for the workers, for the peasants, proletariat, against those decaying imperialistic pigs. And all of a sudden this American president calls us evil. I was shocked because I thought we were the good guys and they were the bad guys, so it was completely inconceivable to me. And why did I think that? Because propaganda, because everything I read, heard, experienced created a certain reality for me, and I did not know that there was another reality. So why am I sharing this? Why am I taking this strange trip down memory lane? Because I think it's very relevant to what is happening right now. I was visiting my parents the other day, and they have a bunch of Russian channels. They watch old movies and programs and concerts and whatnot, but they also apparently have some official news channels from Moscow. And so I figure I'll turn it on to hear what they're saying to their own citizens. So I listened to it for about 10-15 minutes, and I'll tell you, the shock I experienced was the same as the one I did all those years ago. Because just like all these years ago, they have created an alternate reality for their citizenry. It's not a war, it's a special operation. We're not the aggressor, we're the liberators. The whole situation, while unfortunate, was completely inevitable. Our hand was forced by evil and hostile NATO, West, and the United States. And all the sanctions, all the bad things that are happening to Russia right now, all this international condemnation are just further proof that we're surrounded by enemies and we're on the path of righteousness. So as you can see, it's not like the people in Russia do not see it or do not care. It is much deeper, it's much more tragic. They're wearing a different color glasses or a certain prism because for them reality is completely different. They see something else. In fact, they see something opposite. And I think it's very important to understand that fact, to fully grasp what is going on right now.